Our Friday edition of the Art Lewis Show. Later on after the 10 o'clock news, it'll be open phones. At 11 o'clock this morning, we're going to learn about something called Bone Jacked Vintage Apparel. All of that coming up. But for this hour, right up the road from us on Bay Road, of course, is the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena, where for many, many, many years, the Greater Saginaw Amateur Hockey Association has held forth, and they are about to develop a Hall of Fame, if you will. We're going to talk about that this morning with a couple of folks who have had intimate relationships with that ice arena. Its current manager, he is with us this morning, and he is Kenny Benson. Good morning.
Morning, Art.
Morning, good to see you. And a name long associated with that arena, after many, many fine years with the Saginaw Gears organization, he is Dave Wessner. Dave, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art.
Good to see
nice,
you.
Nice to see you as well.
And I can say this in sincerity. Kenny, you can chime in on this too. I think Dave is one of the great gentlemen of hockey.
Oh, absolutely. Dave's a legend from in that building there. Every kid growing up that played hockey there, at least in his now 40-plus years of being there.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
It's everybody knows him, and Dave took over in a time when that place was maybe not even opening the next day.
And ran it for how many years, Dave?
I ran it for 33 years. Started
it was
in
your career after the Gears, wasn't it? Pretty
correct.
much.
Yeah. Well, I did a couple of different things after I retired from the Gears. Owned a bar for 4 years and decided that wasn't what I wanted.
You in the one with Rosie?
No, I had the
okay.
Hamilton Street.
You had the Hamilton Street pub.
I did.
And he had
yeah.
the sport page, didn't he?
Yes, he was the sports page. I was the Hamilton Street pub. Yeah. So.
Geez, you guys get along?
We do.
Yeah, I know you do now.
Too much.
Kenny, what's your relationship to hockey?
I actually grew up playing at the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena as a kid, and grew up in Munger, and my dad was a hockey fan and brought me out. I kind of started right around when Dave did. I think I might have been a year before him, and then actually kind of came full circle. When I was graduated high school, I went to Central Michigan, became a commercial recreation major, came back and did an internship with Dave for a year, went off on my own, ran the rink in Lapeer for 8 years, went to Midland, ran their rink for 10 years, and when Dave wanted to retire or semi-retire, he called me up and said, "Hey, here's my deal. I'm either going to keep doing this or you're going to come over and do it for me, and I'm going to keep working for you." So kind of come full circle, and I'm back home.
So you can take hockey out of the boy, you can't take the boy out of hockey, and all that stuff, something like that.
Absolutely. You know, I tell a lot of people, sports today, and this goes for every sport, is so much different. When I grew up, you were a member of an association. You did what was the greater good for the association. It wasn't like a what's in it for me. So I think a lot like your Little League programs were that way, and now we're kind of more in a customer-driven era where you kind of go and you find what you want and you just go there. Like, hey, I'm going to buy milk from this grocery store. Oh, this week I'm going to go to buy milk from this grocery store. It's not like a loyalty-driven thing, and when I think about the past, I think of it romantically, my childhood and what the hockey rink meant, and
it was a home to many.
It was absolutely
home ice.
That's exactly what it was. So, and that's kind of what this event we're hoping to. It's a reunion, so we're welcoming all our former alumni, not just players. It was a family environment, and we brought the Hall of Fame aspect of it, or created that aspect, just to honor the people who.
So is this Hall of Fame aspect? Is it new?
Yeah.
This is the first year of it.
Yeah. It'll help drive attendance, but again, it's real, and the reunion's new as well. We did a 50th anniversary 3-4 years ago. Now we're looking to make this an annual event, and again, the Hall of Fame, just recognizing the extraordinary efforts that people made back in the day.
So, just for those that aren't aware, don't know about the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena, That building's been there how long?
It was built in 74, so
74. When I came, that's what I thought it was being built.
52 years. I think the association was created a year or two before that. They started out at the Saginaw Civic Center.
And as it sits today, what's its operational health? Is it in good shape? And it gets a lot of use?
Yeah, I would say we definitely get used. You always want more, but we're financially strong. We're actually owned and operated by the Greater Saginaw Amateur Hockey Association, so we're a 501c3 nonprofit. People always ask us how we're funded. Like, our competitors are funded by the government. We're not, so we're all user fees. And I think that's definitely an important note. So we're user fees, player fees. We do some advertisement, and we fundraise. So yeah, we're strong. One of the great things, and I actually just told somebody this story yesterday. I said, so this is like I think I'm starting my 9th year there, and one of the great things that I got to do, because the building being 50 some years old. Dave did such a good job, Dave and his team, doing major projects every year, spending big bucks to reinvest in the building. Like, I got to change aesthetics. Like, I got to do my project when I came in, because there was no mechanical issues because the building was so good.
Ice arena, no mechanical
right,
issues.
so I got to spend money on making the place look like modernizing it.
Spiffy.
Painting the outside. We created some office space, some like a new service window. Just a lot of things that were probably needed changes, but they weren't important when you're talking about new roofs, new concrete floor, new boards and glass. So kudos to Dave and his team. They've always made that place
your ice plant?
good. It's still going, as old as it is. When you put money and you do preventative maintenance and you just take care of your stuff, it'll last, especially the way stuff used to be built.
What'd you find when you got there, Dave? And that was a long time ago. What kind of shape was it?
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember. It's 40 years ago.
Give me a break.
Well, I think Kenny touched on it earlier. There was a time when that arena wasn't sure it was going to open its doors from year to year. In fact, I do believe they used to shut down in early spring, close the doors, and not come back until Labor Day. And when they opened the doors, there's a lot of problems involved with that. So that's basically the shape the building was in at that time. It needed a lot of TLC, if you will. It needed a lot of work.
Did you have any hesitation of taking it over?
Not really. As we had talked earlier, I was involved in a bar. I owned a bar, and I decided that I wanted to get out of that. And Dale Herndon came to me, and I'd coached a couple of squirt teams before I started there. I wanted to help the kids out, and he came to me and presented this to me to take over, and I thought it was an intriguing offer. And my background is in business management and marketing, so I thought I'd give it a go.
And you did.
I did.
For a few years.
A few decades.
I started in May of 1986.
Yep. All right. Hang on, guys. We'll be back. We're going to talk about the Hall of Fame when we return, and who the inductees are and all that good stuff. Coming up with our guests, and we'll be back after these notes.
I'm John James.
Back with you in studio with us from the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena. Its manager, Kenny Benson, and its former manager for many, many years, Dave Wessner. So tell us about the Greater Saginaw Amateur Hockey Association Hall of Fame and the class of 26.
Well, again, it's a new event. It's a reunion, kind of a alumni just hopefully coming home and seeing friends that they spent so much time with over the years, and back in a time when maybe life was a little more fun. The Hall of Fame, we have a committee that kind of came up with 7 people. We divided it into 3 sections. the athlete.
Do we know any of them?
Well, we know them all. I don't know about you or your
Do
your
I
guest,
know any
but
of them sitting with me?
I no, maybe one that's right next to me. So we got 3 categories: athlete, so that'd be teams and individual players, officials, because obviously you don't have sports without officials, and then builders, coaches, sponsors, volunteers, things like that. Yeah, and so Dave is one of the inductees this year. Players wise, we got Andy Slaggert, JJ Bamberger, Colleen Malik Linehan. Our official this year is John Nawasaka. And,
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. And builders is Dave Wessner, Fred Bowden, and Al Primo.
John used to work the lines in the OHL.
John's worked a lot of Yep. Used to work some pro games back in the day and
Pro games,
CCHA.
college. I
and-
think he did some college.
Yep, and he's also a pretty good golfer, if I remember right.
Yes.
It's amazing to me how much hockey has been played in this area, and it's been continuous since I've been here. This really is a hockey hotbed, isn't it?
I'd lend that to Dave because he. I was just born, so I was a newbie when the Gears were around, and my parents talk about it like it was the greatest thing going in the area. So it
was.
I wish I was older at that time.
Dave can tell you because those days that arena was packed.
Yeah, and Dave turned our association into, gosh, there were years where like he had 700 different kids playing in it, which is just crazy. I was one of those.
Yeah, when the Gears came here in '72, I don't know. If you weren't a bowler in this town back in the '70s, I don't think in the wintertime there was much for a lot of things for people to do. And so when the Gears came along, a lot of people kind of gravitated to going to watch those games. They became entertaining, and the people really got behind it. I mean, I can't remember too many times that building wasn't full for our games back in the '70s.
Oh, it was great hockey. It was a lot more entertaining and a lot more open form of hockey than it is today. Today is pretty structured.
It is.
They've got it tied down pretty tight.
That's correct. Yep, that was a little bit more wide open. I think one of the things that helped with the fan base was the fact that a lot of the guys weren't wearing helmets. Now, how dumb that was back in the day, I guess we won't go there. But
I remember the interesting story. I grew up in New York City, and my dad would take me to what was the old Madison Square Garden when the Rangers played. But back then there were only 6 teams. But the only team I ever saw play them wore these red uniforms. And for all the times, and I mean dozens of times, turns out my dad could have cared less about the Rangers. He was a Red Wings fan. But you went and you saw these guys with no helmets, goalies with nothing, and you're going, why are they doing that?
So I think with that point, the fans could identify with the players away from the game, and I think that helped an awful lot. I mean, Ren Blair and Don Perry, they had us going around to service clubs, to schools.
Yes, they did.
And the guys, they would come in and there'd be a sheet on the wall that Al Blade had put up there, who's going where on what particular day. And, the guys grumbled a little bit about doing it, but we did it. And I think that helped an awful lot with the recognition and got the people involved.
Well, and Ren Blair had a lot of respect in the hockey world. And I could... It was back in the probably early 2000s, maybe even the first year of the Spirit. I was walking down a corridor, and Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond were coming the other way. And I stopped, said hello and all that, and they said, "Can you help us?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "We're looking for Ren Blair." I said, "Follow me." Took him into what was then now the Red Room, and Ren was sitting at a table. And I thought they were going to bow and kiss his feet. That's how much respect they had for this guy.
He really did. And I don't understand, or I don't know. I should say I don't understand. I don't know why he ever picked Saginaw to come along to put a hockey team in the IHL in Saginaw. But he was well respected with his days in Minnesota. He was with them for a long time, and he had a vision to bring a team here, and it worked out great.
Yeah, he had it for what, 8-9 years?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
And the story goes when they were trying to convince Dick Garber to bring the OHL team here, Ren talked to him and said, "Well, it only cost $1.5 million to run it a year." Ha
yeah.
Guess what, Dick?
Yeah, it was a little bit different.
A little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Although, you look at those teams today and their valuation today compared to what Dick paid for was a drop in the bucket.
Right.
It's amazing.
And they have done an amazing job with that Spirit team. I mean,
Yeah.
I think around the league, a lot of people look to Saginaw to be what they want to build their team after. Now, London for sure is the top team in the OHL.
Yeah, I don't understand some of that sometimes. You wonder what's going on there. I just,
Yeah.
how can you do that year after year after year, and you always get the best and the brightest, and I don't know. But then again,
Yeah, I think there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
I think so. That'd be my guess.
Well, their coach in London, something happened in the Memorial Cup that I've never seen happen. One of the games, I forget who was playing, and a penalty was called, and coach called him over, the ref over, and they changed the penalty. They did not call it anymore. I've never seen that happen.
Don't remember it, but I just never seen it either.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of young kids now saying, "See, coach, you told me never to argue with the ref because they'll never change it." And now
Yeah.
all these kids have hope.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, and it's the Memorial Cup for Saginaw was beneficial in multiple ways. The team won. That's fine. Won an ending. But
Amazing ending.
the way it was put together and run here, the league took notice, and they want them to have it again.
They do.
So it could be 2030, could be on the table. Never know.
Well, they made a blueprint, I think, for the other teams to look
did.
after,
They did.
saying this is how you should do it, and they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and the community benefited. Look at all the community projects that came along with it, the renovations that happened at the Dow, which, it looks like a big city arena in small scale.
It sure does.
So it's a great place to play. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, talk more about the Hall of Fame and when you can participate and all of that with our guests here on the Art Lewis Show on this Friday morning.
Gotta go.
Back with you as we talk a little hockey today with folks from the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena and the Greater Saginaw Amateur Hockey Association. Kenny Benson with us, currently running the arena, and its former manager and former Saginaw Gear. He is Dave Westner. Kenny, so let's talk about this event. When is it? Who's invited?
Well, to be honest, it'd be open to the public, but our main reach is trying to find the tens of thousands of alumni that skated there over the 53, 54 years that the Greater Saginaw Amateur Hockey Association has been around. The event is next Sunday. It's going to be August 2nd. It's from 1 to 4. It's kind of a low-key event, casual, but we're going to do maybe an hour presentation of a Hall of Fame and acknowledge the people who made that place what it is.
Cost to get in?
It's $20 a person. Yep. It'd be light snacks and beverages and
I'm not some of your old friends and some of the hockey greats.
Yeah, I think 3 years ago, I can't remember when now, but we did our 50th anniversary, and again, I was a 80s and 90s kid there. The most fun that I had even at that event, there wasn't a lot of people my age that were there, but seeing the smiles on the parents' faces, talking about the stories, and man, it was pretty awesome just to be a fly on the wall and hear some of the people talking about what they used to do, especially as the guy running it. It gives you a new appreciation for that place. Like, for example, one story, they had and I'm guessing Dave was probably maybe managing at the time, or maybe it was before him, but they had a floor issue where they had a leak, and they had people over the middle of the night. They, pulled the ice and water out in that section, and must have been before they had concrete floor, but
No, it was a concrete floor. What the issue was, they had to put a trench down across the middle of the ice, about 2 foot wide, maybe a foot deep, where that main header came across for all the glyco lines. And whenever there was a leak developed, it would spring up through that area, so you'd have to chip through there, the ice, to get down to where the leak was and fix the leak. But a lot of people did that.
Yeah, volunteers.
Yeah.
People just started calling other people. They did no text messages, so somebody have to call somebody, and somebody call somebody else, and they said, "Hey, we need you." And people worked through the night, 2 a.m., and they're down there on their hands and knees. And even prominent people in the area at the time, business owners, their wives, just
contributed in lots of ways.
Yeah, so I mean, I can just imagine twisting, wire to keep a tube connected and in the cold, and your fingers are frozen. But that's what people did back then. There wasn't an option of, we'll just hire some company to come in and do it. The association wasn't on footing to be able to do that. So, you hear stories like that, and you just get such a new appreciation, especially for me coming from a different generation.
And what's interesting, too, is you mentioned the thousands of youngsters that have gone through that arena. Hockey is not an inexpensive sport.
It's not. But I will say, one of the main things that our board, and again, the rink is owned and operated by our 501c3, by the association, and their big priority has always been to keep the prices as affordable as possible. And while since I've been here, the prices have increased, obviously the cost to produce the product has increased, but we also, not only are we able to take care of our rink and the facility and grounds, we also have a pretty good scholarship program too. So on paper, it is expensive, but when you consider it's kind of a 6-month program, all of a sudden it adds perspective. And for those, we don't ever want to turn anybody away. If you want to play hockey in Saginaw, that's what our association's mission is.
Well, you're in a good fiscal position, and Dave, that has to be something that's grown over the years.
Definitely. There was a time in the late 80s when we already talked about this. We weren't sure where the next dollar was going to come from, but there was a lot of people that did a lot of fundraising. A lot of people came in and did some good things for the association. I think one of the big ones was the bank at that time was Second National Bank. We had a debt load with the bank, and after we did some fundraising on our own, they came in and forgave well over $100,000 debt to that building.
Oh, wow.
Which really helped us put our foot forward to start, getting some money so that we could put it back into the building. I mean, in the 1990s, the program started to soar, and that meant income, and that meant money, so that we were able to do some things. And I dare say, in the next 20 years, we put over $2 million back into that building.
Yeah. Kenny, what does the spirit mean to the arena in terms of driving youngsters to hockey?
Well, I tell you what, they've been crucial since I've been there. I think when Dave talks about the 90s, NHL hockey was on TV. Fox had it. So in the Red Wings were awesome. So even non-traditional hockey fans were tuning in.
But even back then, professional hockey, even at the NHL level, was a stepchild on television. It never had the forefront recognition
True.
of the other major sports.
That's
True.
for sure.
So
Only
when
now, recently, in the last few years, it's really come alive.
Yeah.
So when obviously we kind of lost that with the Red Wings not being competitive lately. Dave laughs because he's a Toronto fan, but
Yeah, I was going to say.
but the spirit and all their success is. I'm getting phone calls saying, "Hey, tell me about hockey. We don't know, but I took my kid to the game and he loves it, and we love it, and we don't know anything about hockey. Like,
You'll learn.
tell me what to do." So we're getting a lot of traffic from the spirit, but I also think we're driving traffic to them. So in reality, it's a great partnership for
And they were
for them.
smart. I mean, anytime you talk to Dick or you talk to Craig, it's a community activity. It's a community-focused organization. And they did it right. And it's paid off for them.
Yeah, and we've enjoyed the last few years. I know they don't like it, but Disney on Ice has been in their building to start the season, so they come and do training camp at our place, and it's just a way for us to kind of start the season off and get relationships with the coaching staff and the scouts and the GM and Laz and Dave have been great the last few years, just keeping us abreast of what's going on, and obviously we try to do that too, so they can do what they need to do.
And I never realized it till Disney started showing up that ice is not ice is not ice. There's all kinds of ice. Disney has their requirements for their skaters.
They like it a little bit softer.
Yeah, hockey ice is harder.
Yeah. And speaking of ice, I will say that is one of the big benefits of the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena is we have always had a great ice surface. And I dare say we probably have one of the best ice surfaces in the state of Michigan. And
using some of the oldest equipment.
our equipment's old, but as Kenny mentioned earlier, you take care of your equipment,
Yep.
it's going to take care of you.
Yeah. All right, we'll take one more break here, and then we'll be back with our guests. Let me talk about something you will not find on the ice. That's potholes. You'll find them on the roads, though, when you drive, and they can impact your drivability of your car. Our friends at Quick Lane Freeland on the McDonald Ford property are offering you a complimentary alignment check. Stop in today, have it done. If you want to know what alignment means, listen to John.
If your vehicle's wheels are aligned correctly, it will not pull to the left or to the right when driving. It also prevents improper tread wear, so your tires last longer. A wheel alignment should be checked often because normal steering wear and tear can cause your alignment to go out in addition to potholes and railroad crossings. A correct alignment also reduces rolling resistance on your tires for better fuel mileage.
And, of course, it makes for a safer driving experience. And speaking of tires, if you need them, remember that at Quick Lane Freeland, they sell all their new tires at just $5 over cost, and they have a huge selection. They can get any tire you're looking for. Stop in today. Quick Lane Freeland on the McDonald Ford property in Freeland.
There's golf, and then
Back with you on the Art Lewis Show. In studio with me, Kenny Benson. He is the current manager of the Saginaw Bay Ice Arena, its previous manager, and former Saginaw Gear Dave Westner is with us this morning, too. Dave is about to be inducted as a builder into the first ever Greater Saginaw Amateur Hockey Association Hall of Fame, class of 2026. And there are 7 going in. A couple of them are posthumous, aren't they, Kenny?
Yeah, 2 of them, Fred Bowden and
Al Primo.
and Al Primo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And official John Nowasatka, who for many years was on the line at the OHL. And the athletes. Now, tell me about the athletes.
Well, J.J. Bamberger grew up through the association, played juniors for the Junior Red Wings, and then when Dave was one of the people involved, him and Warren Holmes coached the Saginaw Gears Junior A team for a handful of years. JJ came back home, played at Fair State, and now currently coaching Heritage for Man, he's got to be close to 20 years.
I would say got to be coming between 15 and 20 years.
Yeah, so he's one of them. Colleen Malik, Linehan. She grew up again through the association. Played high school with the boys at Nouvelle.
Did she not become a doctor?
Yep,
And
and
was she not a doctor for the Spirit for a number of years?
She actually went to Harvard, captained their program, and then went to med school, and so she's an orthopedic surgeon now in the area. So she's a huge success story. And Andy Slagert, Andy was a few years older than me, so I don't know him, but he spent a bunch of years as an assistant coach at Notre Dame. And what I think speaks a lot about him is he was an assistant coach under several different coaches, like maybe 3 or 4 head coaches. And usually when you're a head coach at a program that big, you get rid of everybody and you bring your own people in. So the fact that he stayed on under all those different head coaches, speaks volumes. But again, a guy who grew up through the association. I think he played at Notre Dame.
He did.
Assistant coached at Notre Dame for over a decade, and now is with the Edmonton Oilers.
Is there a website where people can go to get more information?
Yeah, the rink's website is SaginawBayIceArena.com, the rink and the association's website. So from there's a programs events page that has information and where you can get tickets and whatnot. So kind of gives a little bio on the people, and gives the time. Again, it's Sunday, August 2nd from 1 to 4.
And Westy, how many days you going in now?
Once Labor Day hits here, I go in 4 days a week from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
A heck of a retirement.
Yeah. It gets me out of the house. It gives me something to look forward to do, and I still enjoy being around. And one of the
you
things
still enjoy the game,
I do.
and you still skate, don't you?
I do put my skates on. Yes.
That's not what I said.
Well, one of the things that I really enjoy is seeing some of these parents coming back as grandparents, and their kids that skated as kids are coming through with their children.
Yeah.
It's really I really enjoy seeing that.
Well, guys, good luck with the Hall of Fame inductions, and good luck with the arena. It's one of the little gems in this area that we have for making life better. Appreciate you being here. Kenny, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Art.
Dave, good seeing you.
You as well. All right. Thank you very much.
Have a good one. We will be back. We'll tell you what's ahead.
Beautiful new floor.
Thanks to Kenny Benson and Dave Westner for being with us, talking about hockey today. Coming up, we'll have open phones during the 10 o'clock hour, but before that, we have news from ABC. They'll bring you up to date on the world and the nation. Michael Purchase in the WSGW newsroom for the local report, and then we'll be back.
Broadcasting from the